I hope. Oh, I hope. Promise. I hope so, because I guarantee whoever they put up, they're going to just make me look. The reasonable guy that's going to work with both sides together and find a way for Pennsylvania. And now it's an absolute lie. Voting to keep our government open, that was a vote to make sure that 42 million Americans get their SNAP. And now we're going to pay all these people like the military and the Capitol Police and all of those folks now too. So now if they want to primary me, so it's like, but my point, it's like I've been on the side of common sense, and I've always going to put our country for party. And I think most people now realize that shutting our government down was wrong.
Back to the program. What are your thoughts as we wait for this meeting and perhaps a little bit of on-camera discussion from these two men?
Well, we actually have some common ground with me and the socialist guy. We both agree that it's reasonable to meet with the president if they invite to sit down and talk to them. And I think what's different is that I haven't seen a lot of blowback for Mamdani to do this, but I got a lot. And I think it's perfectly reasonable to sit down and have this conversation. And that's what I've done back in January. And I do expect that it's going to be cordial. And I
want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey. Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. And you try to we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Senator Hoodie. I tell you, old Senator Hoodie, Senator John Fetterman is back. In the flesh, in the blood. He even came up live on television after his incident, and just say, hey, it is what it is, man. He came on live on television with his hoodie on too at that, after posting the photo of what he looked like after his incident, man. And we send our love and prayers to John Fetterman, man, as his own side and his own people in his party, wishing death on him, saying the most evil and just disgusting things about him on the internet. They're wishing death on this man, wishing he has another stroke. I mean, that's a disgrace, man. But now, PA Working Families posted, we're primarying John Fetterman. Last week, Fetterman once again sold out working Pennsylvania. He was the deciding vote for a Republican budget bill that will strip health care from over 400,000 Pennsylvanians. We deserve real working class leadership in the U.S. Senate. Oh boy. Where's them debunkers at, the fact checkers at? Come on up in here. Keep it real with me now. And how do you feel about John Fetterman? But when it comes to sweet healthcare, we know how we've talked about this so many times, and we've debunked all of this and all this gaslighting and fear mongering and lies and misinformation. It's honestly it's just tiresome. But before we continue, and again, they got people posting replies, and Senator Fetterman going on Fox News a couple of hours ago and even this morning. But I wanted to tell you guys, I hope everybody that's tuned in right now that you are blessed, well, and healthy, that you're having a great weekend so far, that you are getting ready for Thanksgiving, spend some time with your family, your loved ones, have some good company around you, and that you have a good time yourself and have some good food in your system. Hey, make you a good plate. Make Rick, y'all gonna make Rick a plate. Come on now, make Rick a plate now. Y'all make Ricky a plate now. Come on now. But now y'all enjoy yourself, man. Don't take this time for granted, man. As you can see, in a blink of an eye, it's going by so fast, man. And continue to spread that love, that positivity, that good energy. Again, we don't care if you're on this side or that side. You're black, white, yellow, green, blue. If you believe in the boogeyman, if you're liberal, conservative, we don't care, man. It's one love to the human race, man. We're wishing the best in everybody's life, and that everybody has a happy holidays, man. The old sweet holidays, But this was John Fetterman's response to him being primaried.
I hope. Oh, I hope. Promise. I hope so, because I guarantee whoever they put up, they're going to just make me look. The reasonable guy that's going to work with both sides together and find a way for Pennsylvania. And now it's an absolute lie. Voting to keep our government open, that was a vote to make sure that 42 million Americans get their SNAP. And now we're going to pay all these people like the military and the Capitol Police and all of those folks now too. So now if they want to primary me, so it's like, but my point, it's like I've been on the side of common sense, and I've always going to put our country for party. And I think most people now realize that shutting our government down was wrong.
Oh boy. As y'all know, recently John Fetterman has, it's like almost every other day or single day, he comes out against his party. He's praised President Trump multiple times. He's called out the left, the violence from his party, the incompetence, the woke crap from his party, And now we're to this point. He just had a recent accident, And again, we send in our love and prayers for a speedy recovery. Look like he's healing up quite well, which is really good, But he just went once again on Fox News and dropped another big bombshell. Oh boy, you just can't make this up, man. You just can't.
Democratic strategist James Carville has a pretty extreme agenda, I would say, for his party, starting with packing the Supreme Court.
This is the lowest the Supreme Court has been rated. I think the way to cure that very quickly is...
Yeah, he still got that LSU hat on. Oh, yeah.
Expand it to 13 and
get
some balance on the court.
All right, James.
President Biden did not do that, but James Carville would like to. He also wants to bring 2 more states into the union.
The Democrats are going to have to move to admit the District of Columbia and Puerto Rico states, because right now, because we're 18% of the United States elects 52 senators.
So pack the cord, create 2 new states. Well, how's he going to do it? You would need 60 votes, and you're not going to have 60 votes in the Senate. That's just not the way the country's made up. Are you going to eliminate the filibuster?
I would carve out for those 2 things, yes.
I wonder what my next guest thinks of all that. Democratic Senator John Fetterman.
I think somebody on set in the production team, did y'all hear that? Somebody laughed.
Senator Fetterman, is that the agenda for the Democratic Party? Should you pack the court, add 2 states, eliminate part of the filibuster?
Yeah, well, when I ran for the Senate back in the 21-22, I rejected those things. I strongly rejected trying to pack the Supreme Court or to change those things. We were the Democrats. It's like, you don't change the rules if you didn't win. It's like win more elections, and then you are able to change those dynamics the way it was designed to be in the Constitution right now. So I strongly reject that.
I'm wondering what you think of President Trump's proposal. He has these tariff dividends he wants to do. So $2,000 of tariff revenue directly to the American people. And then separately from that on healthcare, he wants the money to go directly to the American people and not to insurance companies. What do you think of those 2 proposals?
Oh, well, I actually I want to hear Senator Hoodie's response on that. I honestly did, too. I'm glad she asked this question.
People and not to insurance companies. What do you think of those 2 proposals?
Well, when I heard that, I immediately actually was something that one of your colleagues said, Brett Barry said, isn't that be concerned for inflation? So right now, so if you have those kinds of money, I think you should put it against the debt. I'm deeply, deeply concerned about the debt. It's $38 trillion. So one of those things, I think it's entirely appropriate to use that for something like maybe paying down the debt thing. And I fully support making healthcare more affordable, how that ever happens. But now that's why we had to negotiate with the Republicans and the Democrats. And that's why we should not shut our government down, as I was very much a part of refusing to shut our government down.
Yeah, so you want that tariff revenue to go towards the debt. It is $2 trillion. That's a lot of money that President Trump has brought in. I also want to ask you about this. There was a vote yesterday, and I realize it's not the Senate.
And I see what y'all said in my last video when we talked about the $2,000, dividend. But I seen a lot of people saying, Rick, I'm paying some of them bills. I'm paying down that credit card. I'm trying to stop laughing. They say, Rick, please stop laughing. Your laugh is annoying. Please stop laughing, sir. I don't miss you or your laugh. I seen it in the comments last night. They say, please, sir, stay professional. Stay, don't talk so much and don't laugh. Okay, family. All right. But, man, I'll be reading the comments, man. It's a blessing, man. Whether you putting in some love in the comments or whether you're hating on me, it's all right. It's all right, man. Everybody, that's your freedom, huh? That's your freedom. Hate all you want. If you don't like me, if you don't like my laugh, hey, if you don't like something about the show, it's all right. No hard feelings, man. I actually like taking in the credit, what they call it? I actually like taking it in,
But it was in the House, and it was a vote to condemn socialism. And the count that we saw there was 285 to 98 to 2 who voted president. So 47%
socialism
of the Democratic caucus voted against condemning socialism. Curious on your thoughts, because that's 47% is a big swath of the House, a big swath of Democrats.
Yeah, I mean, go to any place that live or have lived under socialism, 100% would vote to condemn it. I've spoke to people when I've been in those kind of former countries, and they say it's a disaster, and they can't believe America's even having this conversation. There's that expression, bad ideas just won't die. And I don't know why our party's going to talk about it for these things, but I would strongly reject it. And obviously, I would have voted to condemn that if that was ever part in the Senate.
And I want to get to your book, but I do want to quickly ask this. Your reflections on Mamdani and Trump. I saw before the meeting you said it's a good thing to sit down and talk. They had a really cordial exchange.
Yeah, well, I mean, I sat down and I had dinner with the president, and I said it's pretty reasonable to do those kinds of things. And a lot of Democrats criticized that. And now the socialists now have signed off, and now they say they defend that. And of course, I think it's perfectly reasonable to do that. But now a lot of Dems criticize me for doing that, but I can't, not a single Democrat that's going to criticize that socialist. And now also the New York Times, now they went after Bill Maher for doing that, and they published that trash about having dinner with Hitler kind of a thing. And now he's describing this as, oh, it's just two dudes from Queens, and now that thing. So it's like a weird double standard now. I think it's perfectly normal to have a conversation with the president, whether you're mayor of New York or whether you're a United States senator or any of those things. But now suddenly it's now okay.
Yeah. Here's one of the things. My dad is a bone-ribbed conservative. But he said to me, what I love about John Fetterman is he is a man who refuses to hate. He does not hate. He doesn't use the hateful rhetoric. And I was reading your book yesterday, Unfettered, and I found a passage that made me sad, but I think it simultaneously explains why you're a man who refuses to hate. And I want to put it on the screen. Imagine a little boy at odds with himself, awkward, shy, painfully self-conscious. Imagine that little boy dreading the lunchroom at school, the hierarchical order of jocks over here, freaks over there, and nerds in a self-protective circle. And that little boy finding himself in a corner by himself, fleeing into the cocoon of the library where no one would notice him, where he could read his USA Today. I think that little boy was you that you described, and I'm curious if that animates your posture in the political scene, because you are someone who refuses to hate.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I mean, the way you described your father, it's like I would describe my father that same way. It's as a conservative, and he's probably watching this right now. They're big Fox fans. I just, can't call people these kinds of extreme things. And I refuse to do that. I mean, right now, especially after what happened with the president last year, or what happened with Charlie Kirk, or all these things, we really have to turn the temperature down. And now, so for me, I just refuse to be a part of that fake outrage or to call those kinds of names. Otherwise, we continue to cheapen our language and use those kind of terms. That should only be reserved. I mean, don't ever compare anyone to Hitler, or don't ever use those kind of terms and compare a political opponent as a Nazi or fascist, because that is just absolutely not the case.
indeed. And my dad said last night at our dinner we had after the Christmas tree lighting, he said, John Fetterman, he's someone who I wish was at this dinner table. I'd like that guy. So thank you, Senator Fetterman.
Oh, well, yeah. Thank you. And have me back. I'm always, it's an honor to be here.
Awesome. We'll have you at a McEnany dinner, too.
Hey, it's Will.
Wow. What do y'all think of that? Weigh in with your thoughts, man. God bless Senator John Fetterman, you know. But this is the times we're living in, man, in the dirty world of politics, man, you know. Like I told y'all, it just doesn't stop. You know, we do not know what to expect next, sadly. Wishing the best in all you guys' life. Y'all have an amazing rest of your weekend. Happy Thanksgiving. Y'all get, start doing what you're doing, cooking, whatever you got going on. Hey, y'all have at it, man. I hope everything goes well for you this upcoming Thanksgiving. You have good company around you, family, friends, neighbors, strangers. I don't know, just continue to spread that love, that good energy, that positivity, man. Be the light in all this darkness. I love y'all. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace and love, family.